Hi crafters, I'm Hannah from Crafted in the Valley and welcome back to another tech wrap crafting day. Come with me today as I test out this glow in the dark opal finish adhesive vinyl, and let's open it up and take a bit of a look. It's already got the most stunning finish just on its own, and I have no doubt it's going to have the most amazing glow as well. But for this project today, I not only need this glow in the dark vinyl, but I also need black. This is my design, and you might have a bit of an idea why I need the black now. I'm actually going to try and create a bit of a silhouette effect with the glow in the dark vinyl behind the black. And this is my stargazer design, which I've created to go around a 16-ounce glass can cup. But now let's just focus on getting the vinyls ready. I've got my black layer and my opal layer ready to cut. The black I like to use with just the permanent glossy vinyl setting in my Cricut Maker 3. That seems to work really well in making sure it's got a nice clean cut. But the opal glow in the dark vinyl is a little bit thicker, so I actually ended up going with my premium shimmer vinyl setting, which has a pressure of about 200, which is a much higher pressure than say a normal glossy. Right, I've got my vinyls all cut and ready to go. Now I need to weed them ready for the layering process. The black peels away nice and smoothly, beautiful. I just need to make sure I get all of those little bits out from the hair of my girl sitting on the hill. And the grass pieces there look really nice in the black as well. Nice and smooth finish. And now for the opal vinyl, I went with just weeding out some of those smaller pieces first just to get them done and out of the way before peeling back the main part. I did go a little bit slower peeling this back, so I did speed up this part of the video just a little bit, as I did just peel it away nice and slow and steady to make sure I didn't miss any of those little stars. But that setting that I chose did cut perfectly all the way through. It was nice and smooth. I think I was just being overly cautious, which, you know, when you're a crafter and you don't want to waste vinyls, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Slow and steady, hey? So I've got my vinyls now weeded here, ready to go, and you can sort of see what I'm getting at with the whole silhouette finish, but it'll make more sense once I've got them layered. I'm using my Tech Wrap standard grip transfer tape, so I'm going to use this piece here, which I've cut the size that covers all of the vinyl, but I need to do the black layer first. So I'm going to peel back an edge of my transfer tape, flatten down that backing part, place that over my black vinyl, making sure I've got enough transfer tape at the top of the design so that it will cover the opal vinyl as well once I've got the transfer tape over all of it. I'm going to use that folded back pull tab of the backing of the transfer tape there just to pull it away, flatten down my transfer tape over the top nice and smoothly. It doesn't hurt to flip it over and do a bit of a scrape on the back side of it as well. No matter what transfer tape or vinyl you're using, it always pays to do that as well. Now I can peel away the backing of my vinyl, and you can see that that has stuck really nicely to that transfer tape. And now I can start the layering process. Now, baking paper is your best friend when doing any layering. It's a non-stick surface, so it's really easy to put in between your layers when you're trying to line things up. And I like to do this similar process with folding over one end of that baking paper before placing it down onto my transfer tape and vinyl. Then I can place it over on top of that opal layer, flatten down the edge of it once I've got it all lined up perfectly, and then use that folded back part just there to slowly pull it away as I flatten down that top layer and the transfer tape over that base layer of that opal vinyl there. Now, there are lots of other ways to do layering of vinyls, but I just find this works really well for me and what I'm comfortable with. But I'm going to put that aside because I'm going to be needing that in a moment as well. Again, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to scrape it down from that back side as well. It can't hurt. And there we go. That's my design all ready to go onto my cup, which I've got here. I'm using a brand new cup, but it does pay when using most surfaces, really, glass especially, when using vinyl, to make sure your surface is nice and clean. So once I've got this out of its packaging, I am actually going to use some rubbing alcohol just on a little pad to clean my surface, just to make sure there's no sort of odd residues or oils or anything like that that might be stuck on the glass. That'll stop the adhesive from sticking as well as it should. So always clean your surfaces. It makes a huge difference for the longevity of the vinyl. I absolutely love how this is looking already. I can't wait to see it on the cup, but we need to get it on the cup. So let's peel away that backing part so we can see the vinyl all ready to go. And it looks so nice. I even like the way it looks on the transfer tape. But now this is where I need my baking paper. So I'm going to grab that piece of baking paper and place it onto my vinyl there, much like I did before for the layering process, with keeping that folded piece there to one side, because I'm actually going to use this to help me guide the placement of the vinyl on the cup, so that I'm not having to worry about it sticking in all sorts of odd places it's not needed to, or folding over. So I can line that up nicely and then just flatten down one edge of it. Make sure I'm happy there. Then I can use that folded over piece, the pull tab, to slowly pull it away from underneath while flattening down my vinyl. That way I'm not getting too much bubbling or any of the vinyl folding over on itself. And again, a bit of a slow process, so I did speed up this part of the video just to make it not so long, but I did go quite slow with this part. Again, slow is better than messing up your entire project because you skipped ahead or went too fast. And once I had that on there where I needed it, I just used my scraper again to flatten it down, and then I could peel away my transfer tape. This part I absolutely recommend going slow. If you rip up your transfer tape too quickly, too suddenly, or on an upwards angle too much, you might risk actually pulling your vinyls off of your surface. So slow and steady, pull it back nice and flat against your surface to make sure your vinyl stays in place. And there we have it, my finished product of my glow-in-the-dark Stargazer cup. That's just the straw and the lid that go with it. I absolutely love the look of this just on its own, but check this out. How amazing is this finish? And I think the silhouette theme that I was going for with the black vinyl over the top worked perfectly. So I hope you like my video and you're inspired to go and make something a little bit different using some glow-in-the-dark vinyl. See you next time.